Indian automotive industry is evolving at a very fast pace. Everything, we are talking more about AI. So are the products, and I'm having a paper and a pen in my hand. Why? Because today we have a very special guest, and I have so many questions and so many things to talk about. I thought, I'll keep a paper and a pen and I'll write down, because the company that we are talking about is Nissan India, and we have Mr. Saurabh Vatsa, MD Nissan, with us. One of the guy that never says what he's not going to do, and that's the most important thing that I would love to share about Saurabh sir, because I know him from a decade and I have seen his journey. I know his passion for bikes. I know about his vintage collection, for which another day we will have another story on that. He got around 17 bikes in his collection and a few fantastic vintage car, which is a surprise for you. If you want to know more about it, then you need to watch another episode of us. But today, it's a day that we are going to talk more about Nissan, and a journey that started, not many will know that the journey started, the Indian journey also started, not in 2005, but it started in 1965. From 1965, now it's 2025. Could you please, Saurabh sir, start with 1965 and then I'll come to 2025.
I think it's a very interesting point that you've touched, Sam, because like you said, a lot of people don't know. We started in India in 1965 through a license agreement that we had with the government of India, Ministry of Defense. And Nissan gave the license to Patrol P60 to the government of India. Then was born what is called as Jonga.
Yes.
And Jonga was nothing but the Patrol P60. And the interesting part was that Jonga was the name of the place where it was made. So Jabalpur Ordnance and Gun Carriage Assembly. So Jabalpur said, you got into J.
Yeah.
And Ordnance Gun Carriage Assembly was the ONGA. So Jonga was the name of the place where the vehicle was made. This license was given in 65. And the production started in 1969. And the Jonga was made till 1999 by the vehicle factory Jabalpur. And the last 4 or 5 years, they also offered a consumer variant of that vehicle, which was for civilians. Otherwise, this vehicle was deployed only with the armed forces. So all our 3 armed forces used these vehicles. There was also a 4W73 one-ton truck, which was made, which was a Nissan truck, which was supplied to the armed forces. And these vehicles were the backbone of the armed forces in those days. And Nissan started its journey in 1965 when this agreement was signed. And then, of course, we've gone on from there to where we are today.
For all the ChatGPT lovers, you don't need to ask ChatGPT. It's 1965 when Nissan started its journey. And it's been a journey of, I won't say U-turns, but a number of things happen. There are it happens with every business. There are many plans that are being made, and sometimes those plans are not just go according to the strategy that has been created. But now there's a new strategy in place. When last time I met you, we were talking about CBU business. We were talking about the new launches in 2 different segments. A segment where you already have too many players fighting for, those 1.5 lakh volume. How solid you think now the basics are clear to enter into such a competitive market?
So, Sam, what we told you in July last year, we stand by it. And we had said that we are relaunching the CBU business. We got the X-Trail. X-Trail, of course, we've learned a lot of things with the X-Trail. Pricing was stiff on that car, given the import duties and the structures. But CBU business remains. We are still working on the future products in the CBU business. On the domestic side, we had said in July last year that we're going to relaunch the Magnite with a facelift, which we did in October. We said we are going to export to 65 countries. We launched the left-hand drive Magnite as well. Together, we are exporting to 65 countries. We said we will meet the latest and most stringent safety standards on the car. We've got a GNCAP, present occupancy, 5-star on the Magnite. Everything that we've been saying is coming true one by one. We said we will deliver a world-class vehicle. Today, in fact, yesterday, we've announced a 10-year warranty, which is the first in a B SUV segment for the Magnite. So you can see, whatever we are saying, we are doing that. And in the background, while there was some detractors who spoke about the fact that Nissan is getting ready to exit the country, we are not going anywhere. We are right here. We've had a shares stake sale agreement with our partner where we've relinquished our stake and given it to our partner in Chennai. But we are very much there. Capacities are secured. 3 new programs are coming up. The first of which you will see in calendar year 2026 Q1. Second, you will see the CSUV 5-seater in the middle of 2026. And you will see a CSUV 7-seater in early 27 Q1. Now, these CSUVs are also coming under the one car, one world philosophy, under which we're going to export them to the foreign markets. But they're going to cater first to the Indian consumers. So they've been designed for catering to the Indian consumers, safety standards, emission standards. So consumers should get ready that we are now going from one segment to 3. So from BSUV to BMPV 7-seater, CSUV 5-seater and CSUV 7-seater. 4 mainstream segments is where we are getting in.
Superb. So by 2027, if I say with these 4 segments and then the CVU business that you were talking about last time, we will have a good number of cars standing at your dealership.
Yes. What we are saying, in fact, we've already said it, that Nissan will do about 100,000 units domestic in financial year 26-27, and we will do a similar number on exports. CBUs, of course, will not be adding volume, but they'll be adding to the aura of the brand because obviously we'll be getting some world-class products into the country which Nissan is known for.
Waiting for that.
Yes.
I have been requesting that from the day Saurabh sir joined Nissan. Been asking this thing because there are some real good products that we have, been fortunate to enjoy them, but we want to enjoy them here in India also.
Absolutely.
Nissan is also the pioneer in EV space, right? So what's happening on that side? If I'm not wrong, it's just recently the Micra EV being launched in Europe. Are there any chances or you're considering bringing that Micra back into the Indian market in an EV avatar?
So you're right, Sam. I think a lot of people don't know the first EV was made by Nissan in 1940s in Japan. It was called Nissan Tama. And after that, we got the Leaf, which was first commercially produced EV. So EV tech, hybrid tech, these are the technologies that are very, I would say, well developed by Nissan. And Nissan is working on EVs for India as well. Right now, as you can see, we're going from 1 segment to 4. We are expanding our volume from about 30,000 units on an average in a year to over 100,000 units in 2 years' time. So the mainstream focus, because EVs all put together is about 4.5% of the total market today. Balance is still ICE models. We want to make sure that we are firmly entrenched in the ICE market. New segments that we are getting into are not easy segments. Some very, very strong competition is there. And we want to make sure that we do all things right to firmly entrench ourselves into those. At the same point in time, to meet the future CAFE standards and the growing demand for EVs, we are working on EVs. But at the right time, we are going to announce what EVs are coming to the market.
For that, you need to keep watching News9 and all those digital viewers who are watching right now, subscribe also, okay? Because these are very important information that we are trying to bring you right from the top of the management. And when we're talking about expansion, we are talking about, the capacity expansion. If I'm not wrong, the capacity right now is 5 lakh. Yeah. So by 2027, it's going to be 50.
So the capacity
3 lakh from your side?
About 500,000 units, which is the installed capacity of the factory. But the alliance partners, both the partners are going to be using the plant and in Chennai. And together, the two partners would be utilizing upwards of 80% of utilization of the factory.
Okay.
Of course, it will depend on the market situations, but and the export markets. But upwards of 80% is what we want to utilize.
As you said that, there were lessons learned from X-Trail. There are a number of other lessons also that you must have seen, by the announcement that is being done. There were many announcements that were done in the past, but that is what, work on the customer sentiments. Because when we bring those announcements which were done and which were later not being put onto roads, customers, start to, start thinking again and again on the announcements again, which we have been making. Do you think that there is any roadblock in kind of the strategy that you're preparing right now you believe that all the strategies that you're talking about right now are going to be there, the cars that we are talking about are going to be there on road, or is there any challenge that you foresee?
First things first, we do what we say and we say what we do. We will not say anything that we are not going to do. And whatever I've told you about the 3 new cars which are coming up, there is no roadblock. In fact, we've just finished our annual dealer conference 2025 in July. And we've showcased 2 out of the 3 new cars to our dealers.
Superb.
Fresh off the line, pre-production builds. And they were driving prototypes. So it is not that, they were static. They were driving prototypes. And you have already started getting these
Yes, images.
pictures
Absolutely.
of cars on test. And
And I believe sir will also share, what are the most important things that are there in this 5 pictures that you are seeing right now.
So we are progressing, and we are progressing on track. We are progressing on track on time. So we are progressing on track towards the launch dates that we already confirmed. Q1 for BMPV 7-seater, Q2 next year for the CSUV 5-seater, and Q1 27 for CSUV 7-seater. We are progressing towards that. No hiccups, absolutely firm, and we are going towards that.
For Indian automotive market, as you said, for Nissan there is no challenge and everything is going as per the plan. For Indian automotive market, do you see any sort of global headwinds that may affect the automotive industry?
See, Nissan is doing what is right for the market. And Nissan is doing what is right for itself right now. So we have a plan and we are going as per the plan. We are invested as per the plan and we are progressing as per the plan. We have capacities secured for the future. We have a future product lineup which is defined. And whatever we are telling you is telling you till 2027, not even beyond that. When we come to the auto market, nobody has a crystal ball, but there are plenty of things which are, changing very rapidly. Geopolitical situations, the world economic order, which includes, tariffs, which are coming in multiple places. At the same point in time, there are multiple pre-trade agreements which are coming up. So there are multiple things which are moving, and these are moving parts of the puzzle. It's not that, I can tell you till 27, nothing else is moving. But there are so many different things which are moving. But at this point in time, the way we have structured the business for Nissan in India, and this is what I'd like to say, that in face of these global uncertainties, Nissan is looking at local guarantees. And that's for the local consumers. Whatever we are saying is going to come true in terms of launches, in terms of products, in terms of timings. All of that is coming in. So global uncertainties are on one side, but local guarantees are there that Nissan is moving ahead, rock solid.
Super. On that rock solid note, thank you very much, Saurabh, for taking time out with us. And I'm also taking a promise from Saurabh right now that, you need to show me your vintage car collection.
Absolutely.
And we need to do a show, with all the 17 bikes that are standing in your garage.
It'll be a pleasure. Some of them are not in the best of shapes, but yes, it'll be a pleasure to show you because some of them are vintage machines, some of them are new machines.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Saurabh.
Thank you so much.
Talking to News9. Thank you.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it should be.